Sure, I cover that first. Now we are recording. So this is the 30th of June. I can't believe we've gone through 6 months of this year already. I still feel like it's January the 1st.
I know, so fast. It's the 1st of July for me, but I can tell you what's going to happen tomorrow if you want to hear about it.
Love to.
Well, tomorrow for you will be today for me, so I'll let you know at the end of my day. Sorry, I just like doing that.
That's cute. That's really
I
cute.
know. If the lotto was on tonight, I would tell you the winning numbers.
That's the
So
only way I'd win.
I
Yeah.
know, right? Me
Oh my
too.
gosh. Oh, that would be awesome. Do you know, I never thought of that before. That would be awesome.
It
It's,
would. It would.
yeah.
Might
Yeah.
be a little unethical though.
Yeah, right. I
Well,
don't buy tickets, so
no, I
Nope,
don't
me
know.
either.
no. You can get into a habit
Yep.
and
Oh, absolutely.
all those little buckses end up into big buckses.
And it's downhill from there.
Mm.
I live in an area that has Indian reservations. And so they have these great big casinos.
Oh, yes.
And I had several people over the years when I was between jobs saying, why don't you go get a job at the casino? And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. Number one, I would feel bad about watching other people lose money
Lose.
they didn't have to lose,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
I wouldn't want to get hooked.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I
exactly.
hear you big time. I'm just going to change my cushion that I'm sitting on to raise myself a little
plus,
bit
I
higher.
plus I didn't want to do those writing letters for the casinos for the same reasons.
Yeah, exactly. It's not,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very sad to watch that, especially in communities that really don't have the funding. It's all right for the people that own the casinos if they're definitely of indigenous nature, but it's so sad to see the repercussions of that.
Yeah. So let's get on topic here.
Yes.
What is the biggest challenge you're looking at right now with your LinkedIn?
I,
Getting on something besides my cell phone.
yeah, yeah. I have to say, I've been pretty good this past week at jumping on LinkedIn and connecting with people. But when I'm going into the groups again, like I just can't remember how we connected without being on the radar. And I've just lost it all. Like it seems like forever ago we did that lesson.
Okay.
So I'm
So do
just
you
a
want to
little
share your screen?
share my screen.
Share your screen, yeah. And we'll go into your
Oh,
account.
wow. Because I'm connecting with about 4 or 5 a day. Just let me just hang on, Christine. This is crazy. Come on, just come down here, please. Oh, it's just taking when I'm on Zoom, it just takes forever to load anything.
I know
It's
it
probably got
slows it down.
it's probably got something to do with the 10,000 pages that I have.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but there's just things I'm looking at, and if I lose the page, I lose what I'm looking at, and so that's really a challenge for me because there are things I really want to get 5. I know I'm frozen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I see. Oh no, I'm back. Right. Okay. So this is crazy. And actually, yeah, let's go share screen. Google. Bring up.
There we go. It's starting to share your screen.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. So
Great. Okay, so go to the 9 dots
these here, business
and the
groups.
three little groups, the three little men. Yeah, and you're in some groups, so just pick a group.
I'll just go this first one, I guess, like to
Mm-hmm.
start. I did click on that. It's
Yeah,
not
I
doing
see it
anything.
changed color.
Thank goodness. It's not doing it. It's like, oh, here we go. This could take a while, Christine. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Um,
That's fine. We're going to do this. So
okay.
now,
Yeah.
now see in the top right corner there where it says 9,053 members.
Yes. Show
Click
all.
on show all.
I'm clicking. It's not doing.
It's okay.
Slow.
Just let it take its time. It'll come through.
How do you find somebody that's not from Africa or that direction?
Oh, I'll show you that
Oh,
in
I
just
tell
a
you.
minute.
Because I don't have a
Oh,
filter option on my cell phone.
Okay, there we
okay, here
go.
we are. Right.
Awesome. Now in the search bar where it says search members,
Yes.
type AA.
Ah, my God, that's the step I was missing.
That's why we're
That,
using your platform because you're more familiar with your own platform, right?
yeah, yeah.
Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat.
Okay, search members. I am there. It's just like, hello.
It's okay. It's just going to take a minute. We just have to be patient with Zoom.
Oh, I don't know what happened there.
Okay, so just hit the back arrow. That's your best friend.
Okay, yep, here we go.
Type AA, hit enter. There we go.
Oh, and here then. Oh, well, what? See? Yeah, let's go. AA. Because I think they just lied. Okay, I didn't need to. Okay,
Okay,
and
so now just you want to look at the ones that have a 2ND or a 3RD beside their name, right? If they are a
exactly.
1ST, that means you're directly connected with that person, right? So you're
Right.
looking for second and third level connections. And so you
Yeah.
can quickly go down and you can tell right away. So open to work, that was a good one. All the ones that say open to work,
Piping specialist?
yeah,
Is it?
they're a piping specialist. If they're open to work, that probably means they're out of work or looking down the nose of being out of work and
Yeah.
maybe open to other opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So this
Oh,
guy obviously works in the oil patch, but you never know, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
I would go
Yeah.
ahead and invite him. Now go up to his name,
Yeah.
right click on his name, click on open in the new tab. There it's opening. So there, now you can look at more about what he is. Click the X there. Get that. No, no, at the top right
Oh,
corner.
sorry. Yeah. So
So
this gives all this information. Yeah.
yeah, it gives you more information about him. So go up to a little bit higher.
Oh, that's it. That's all
Okay.
that
Okay,
like
so
that.
hit the back arrow.
I'd just like to find some I can pronounce their name.
Yeah, that would be
Oh, I
great.
see. Go up at the very top, right beside Aaron Day. You've got two profiles open for Aaron Day.
Yeah.
Go to the one on the far left, the tab on the far left. There, click on that one. There
Mhm.
you go. So okay, so go back up to the top and then just right click on or click on him. Yeah.
On here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so click on the more button and you can click on connect.
You don't send a note, do you, to start with?
You have to send without a note if you're on the free platform. Otherwise, it makes you it
Okay.
wants you to sign up for the paid platform.
Yeah, that's okay. That's great. Okay.
Okay.
So that step I was missing up was putting in the AA, which is fantastic because that's really jolted my memory because I'm like, oh my God, now I have to go through
Yeah.
everything.
So you can go through all the AAs and then
Yeah.
go AB and then you go AC and then AD and get all the way through the alphabet on the right side. And then you start going down the alphabet on the left side, BA, BB, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so if you could stop sharing your screen now.
Of course, I can do that.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you something here. Um, Screen share. Let's go to my LinkedIn. Can you see my LinkedIn page here, guys?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So if you're looking to do, there are three different ways that you can, oh, I didn't want that one. I'm gonna have to share my screen again. Okay. There are three different ways that you can invite people to connect with you. So the first one is to go into the groups and invite people to connect with you in the groups.
Hmm.
And the second one is to search for people.
Ah,
Just type in
yes.
people and hit enter, and all these little things pop up here, right? So you want to click on the people button again.
Hang on, hang on.
And
Was
then,
that in group? Was that in group still, Christine?
no, I went to my profile page.
Oh, okay. So,
Start with your profile page, and then in the search bar, put people, and then hit
hmm.
enter. And when you hit enter, then it opens up, and there's a whole bunch of these little boxes that are going to open up, right?
Yeah.
Then you click on the people box again, and you'll see where you can choose whether you want to search your first connections, your first level connections, or second or third level connections. So that's just for choose the second level connections for right now. That means that they are two levels away from you. So
Hmm.
if I was connected to Terry and Terry was connected to you, Donna,
Yeah.
you would, and I wasn't connected to you, then you would be a second level connection from me.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so then you want to go to locations and you click on this little drop down menu here. And I usually
Mm.
choose United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Australia.
Did they have New Zealand in there as well? Because I don't think I could find that.
Okay, I'm going to click on show results and I'm going to show you what you can do. Let's click on locations again. Now we'll click on, what was that area?
New Zealand?
Okay,
Oh, there it
there we
is. It
go.
didn't seem to come up on mine. That's okay. I was probably being a bit of a silly Billy at the time.
So all these people are coming from where you have searched, right? Where you put here. Now you want to choose, narrow it down a little bit more, and you want to choose, you can choose MLM, and then you can go down here and choose one of these different MLM companies, or you can choose home based, self-employed. See how they show up?
Mm.
So you can choose one of those companies, or you can choose network marketing. And so professional training and coaching, advertising, marketing, recruitment, network marketing. So let's try that and click show results. Oops, no
Why not?
results found. So we have to go find a different one.
I was going to say, so why recruitment in the network marketing? Is that because
I was
I,
just I was just guessing.
oh yeah,
So,
I was
so
thinking more that if you did that, people would be wanting you in their
yeah,
company, but I
yeah.
might have, yeah.
So you can choose company. Another thing you can do is you can choose
Oh, Mary Kay. Because they just went down, didn't they? Was it Mary Kay that just went down?
I think it was either Mary Kay or it was uh 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 uh
Another long-standing one.
Door to door. Avon.
Oh, Avon's been gone for a little while, but Mary Kay, I thought I saw something really recently about Mary
Yeah.
Kay. Down.
Well, they got a new they got a I'm not in Mary Kay, but my mother was in Mary Kay years ago. And I have some friends that are Mary Kay people. And what Mary Kay did is they hired a new GM, general manager, and for marketing. And he started putting advertisements out, advertising to sell their products. And actually, that what that does is that works in competition with the distributors in the company.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
so people were dropping like flies because of
Mm,
that competition.
yeah.
Okay, so this person is in Austin, Texas, and you can just click the connect button if you want. This
Mhm.
is a second level connection, and I can send without a note. But here's what happens if I click add a note.
Reactivate premium. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to send without a note. And this Tampa, Tampa, Florida, I'm going to just send without a note. And
Okay.
there's a Mary Kay.
Even though she's got no picture,
No what?
even though she's got no picture of her on her profile page, see Chief of
Oh,
People.
right. Yeah, I don't usually invite people without a picture, but I accidentally did that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's all right.
Yeah. So this is the national sales director. Click connect. So it's really quite fast, but you have to be careful. You try and count how many people you invite
Hmm.
because you want to make sure you stay under that ceiling for LinkedIn. And
Yeah,
so I usually on each of them I aim for five,
yeah.
but once you get into the groups, you can stretch it a little bit further because I've done up to 110 invitations to connect in the groups, and I have had no problem. But LinkedIn keeps upgrading and updating everything, so you have to just really be super alert when you're working on LinkedIn. Because what they will do is you'll all of a sudden you'll get a little pop-up message that'll tell you you've reached your limit for the day or you've reached your limit for the week or the month.
Oh,
When you
right.
get that little pop-up message, then you just listen to the message and don't invite any more people to connect that day, right?
But what about if it says for the month? Does that mean you're done for the month? Like if you did it
That's
all to,
right. That's
if I
right.
did it all today, I can't do any more for the month. I'd
That's
forget.
right. So here's the thing. If you have gotten that message and you've reached your limit for the month, that must mean that you've invited your 100 people.
Oh, 100. Okay, yeah.
Your limit is 100.
Yeah. That's okay. I probably wouldn't do that many.
So it's actually 100 a week. That's what they say in their terms of use.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's like up to 700 a week.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But they say 100 a week is what your limit is for inviting people to connect with you. So these are two ways, right? One is in the groups and one is searching people, right?
I love it, Christine. Thank you for bolting my memory back into gear.
Well, we need to be reminded, and
Mm.
so then you go into your network, click on your My Network button.
Where's network?
My
Oh, yeah,
Network
yeah.
is at the
Sorry.
top,
Sorry.
right?
Mhm.
You click on My Network, and so here's a bunch of people that have accepted my invitation to
Yeah.
connect. And you scroll down to below those people. So LinkedIn is going
Yeah.
to suggest these people that you might want to connect with. But I still read those first couple of lines for their headline,
Mhm.
and they don't look like they're people that I would really want to connect to. I'm trying to shape my algorithm because remember, I don't know if you remember me telling you guys that way back when I first started working on LinkedIn 14 years ago, I thought that you had to just be an LION, a lion on LinkedIn. It's called the LinkedIn Open Networker. And that
Mm.
means that you connect with anybody. You will openly connect with anybody. Well, that totally ruins your algorithm because
Yeah, exactly.
I had all different kinds of businesses, people from different kinds of businesses connecting with me, and it just totally mixes up the LinkedIn algorithm. They have no idea who to be sending you to or to you.
Exactly. And poor old Anthony Mitchell there looks like he's ready to connect with anybody with his no shirt on.
Uh, yeah, no kidding.
I
I
mean,
don't
like
know.
he helps people own their life, more time, money. He might be a surfer, but please, mate, don't do that on your
Yeah,
profile.
I like them to put a shirt on.
Yeah, me too.
One of the things I was taught when I first started getting online was that women need to watch their necklines and their
Like,
hemlines, in fact, because there was one gal that she had a beautiful headshot of her sitting in a beautiful gold suit. It was gold colored, but it had
mm,
a slit up the side all the way up to her waist practically.
hmm.
And so she was sitting with her legs crossed, which opened up that slit so you could see all this bare leg all the way up. And
Sometimes I do
she
that
was
intentionally.
complaining how she thought men were so rude because she was always getting hit on. I went, oh, golly,
I
lady.
really think sometimes they do it intentionally, like, and
Oh,
then why would you do that? You must be aware. You see the photo before you put it up.
yeah, yeah.
Like they must do it intentionally.
But this was her reaction. She said
Yeah, of
they
course.
need to control their eyes themselves. It's really hard for men to do. Like my husband, he tells me lots of times when we will meet somebody at the grocery store or whatever, and she'll be showing a whole bunch of cleavage, and he's really struggling to keep his eyes up. Your eyes, guys' eyes are just drawn to certain
Mm,
body features, right?
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it unfortunately shortens the conversation with people when that something like that happens.
It does. It does.
And women need
They
to
used to have
understand that.
they used to have a TV program in the US called What Not to Wear.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
And I'm so surprised that there aren't more people who understand that. So
Mm,
hemlines and necklines for women, we need to watch those. And
totally.
men need to wear a shirt with some kind of a collar, either a polo shirt or a dress shirt. They don't need to wear a tie. It needs to have a collar, right?
Mm.
It just makes them look a little bit more professional.
It does. And I think also these days there's a lot of people that wear a t-shirt or a collarless shirt with a jacket, which always looks really smart as
Yeah,
well.
that's right. But they've got something with a collar on it, right? And
Oh,
another
yeah.
thing that men need to be aware of is their beards. Like myself, I don't know what it is. There's something that if somebody comes on with a big burly beard that's one of these untrimmed Santa Claus kind of beards that's not white, like even there's one guy that I've met online that's got a white beard, and he actually has a white beard because he plays Santa at Christmas times, right? But when he first comes on, it's like I it shocks me. And I feel like he's trying to hide something from me, right? And women especially have a hard time with beards. So if a man can possibly trim his beard and make it look nice and short and not scary, and they wonder why they can't get jobs, right?
Yeah. There's a
If
few in our community like that I've noticed as well.
yeah, and if and
We-
they're not having a lot of luck with their sales.
Mm.
So that appearance is really important for people. And
Oh, it is.
if you're going for a job interview, either online or in person, you and the HR person that's interviewing you is a woman and you're a man and you've got a big burly beard and unruly hair sticking out,
Mm.
you probably won't get selected.
Yeah,
And
3 seconds, 3 to 7 seconds, right?
yeah, you lose your opportunity.
Mm.
I
That's
taught a course when I lived in British Columbia. I worked with the Fraser Valley College for a few years as a in as part of their small business development program. And I supervised or coached 32 different businesses each year. And one of the things I did as well was to teach a course at one of the uh, Service Canada outlets for immigrants, because a lot of immigrants that come to Canada, they grow up without shaking hands. And so when they go to meet people and you put your hand out, they'll put their hand out to shake hands with you, but it's like you're shaking hands with a limp fish, right?
mm, yeah.
And what we need to do is we need to
My
match the group.
husband's laughing, he just heard you.
And so I teach them to very simple things like match the grip. And
Yeah.
another thing, if you're interviewing or you're starting a business or you're giving a talk and you're a smoker, if you go and you have just smoked a cigarette and you reek of smoke, it turns your whole audience off if they're not smokers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't realize because they can't smell themselves. After you've done the smoking for quite a while, you can't smell it on yourself.
That's right.
So it's a whole bunch of little things like that that I taught in my program with for new immigrants. And I had people who came who weren't new immigrants that wanted to learn some of the rules of etiquette, basically is what it is. I
Mm,
I don't see very often anybody who teaches rules of etiquette anymore. I used to
mm,
teach my kids rules of etiquette, and I taught my boys to help push the chair in for their girlfriends when they went dating. And they
mm.
pushed my chair in for me when we sat down for a family dinner. That was considered good manners, right? And
And
you
it's also,
very seldom see that anymore.
yeah, I think it's also our generation, Christine. Like we were brought up to respect.
Right. Yeah.
You don't get a lot of that these days.
Yeah. And another thing is swearing. We call them blue words in our family. We don't use blue words. I never heard my dad use a really bad blue word except one time. And we lived on a gravel road 20 miles out of town. And when it rained, that gravel road sometimes got pretty slippery. And
Mm,
Dad was trying to teach me how to drive at that time. I was 16. And we went around this corner. And when they make the corners, they sort of slope them, right? And we had just had a rainstorm. And I was trying to keep the car on the top side of that corner, but it was so slippery and muddy, the car kept slipping down into the ditch.
mm.
And I finally went into the ditch. Thank goodness it was just a quarter of a mile away from a neighbor that we could go and ask to bring his tractor and pull us out of the ditch.
Oh, yeah.
But, there are things that you need to learn to drive a car, just like things that you need to learn to build a business, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Stay on track.
That's
Stay fit.
correct. Yeah. So
Uh,
anyway, that's enough about business etiquette here. There are just things that,
mm,
well, here's another thing. Dropping your garbage everywhere. My husband and I manage this apartment building where we live. It's got 18 units in it. It's 3 stories and it's over 50 years old. There's no elevator, but it's in really good shape because we've been managing it for a while now and taking care of it. And
mm.
we don't own the building. We're just looking after it for the owners. And we have to do garbage pickup every day. People just drop their garbage wherever
Yep.
they are. And
Yep.
their cars are filthy and full of garbage. They just drop their garbage on the floor in the car. Like, don't their
Hmm.
parents teach them any rules of engagement or etiquette, right? So one of the things I teach my people is you need to read the terms of use. And if you haven't read the terms of use for LinkedIn, you need to read the terms of use. Because right in there, LinkedIn tells you what the rules of engagement are. So you don't, if you have not read the terms of use and you get your profile shut down for whatever reason, you
Yeah,
have no right to sit there and say, oh, woe is me. I got shut down. What did I do? Read the terms of use. We are
exactly.
exactly where we are in our lives. This is the philosophy according to Christine. We are exactly where we are in our lives as a result of decisions we've made in our lives.
And the actions that we followed with.
That's right. And we could get hit by a truck and be crippled, but the decisions we make after that are our own decisions. If we decide to just lay down and vegetate, that's our decision, and and we reap the results of that decision.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So anyway, you start going through these names here, and I usually do about 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah,
So that's 3 ways that you can invite people to connect with you on LinkedIn.
yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for refreshing that.
You're very welcome.
But
And
when you're going down that list that they give you, what are you looking for?
what list are you talking about?
What's on your screen there now?
Oh, as you're going through these?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for people that either have the open to work circle around their profile, or they're in network marketing. And so there's lots of people here, executive officers, um, wellness professionals. There not usually a lot of people in here that fit. See, these marketing affiliate marketing specialists, and they have no headshot anyway. They're probably wanting to do work for somebody else, right?
Mm.
Copywriters and marketers, he wants to work for somebody else. A solar coach, marketer, speaker, probably not a good one for me. Chief marketing, director of marketing. The reason I choose network marketing people, here's open to work, but I've invited Tia to connect with me already. So once you invite somebody to connect with you, you have to wait 3 weeks before you invite them again. So I just
Mm.
invited Tia last week, so I have to wait a couple more weeks before I invite her again. It's the reason for that is it takes a while for people to get into their LinkedIn and check their LinkedIn.
Yeah.
People in
Why
LinkedIn are
doesn't
notorious.
something on there for you, Christine, instead of just connect?
Pardon me?
Why doesn't that show pending or something else other than just connect? Because I wouldn't necessarily remember that.
Well, if I click on this, there's and a message that see the message pops up to please try,
Oh,
right? That's how you know.
okay. You don't get penalized for that then.
No, no, as long as you just do it once. If you sit there and keep on clicking again and again and again, then you could probably be at risk of getting shut down.
Yeah.
But so you just quickly scroll through and skim through some of these people and see if there's any in there that have anything in their headline that sort of matches, or if they have that open to work circle. And if it says follow, I very seldom click the follow button. I've got lots of people that follow me.
Mm,
And join, I don't want to join. Then it goes back. So affiliate marketing specialist, freelance, empowering women, save more, earn more, live better. Okay, this is a good one right here, right?
yeah.
Open to work.
Oh, he's in the Save Club. I know that one.
Uh-huh. And cleaning business, wellness professionals. So I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time on this, but you get the idea, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay, so here's something else. Let's jump into another topic of LinkedIn. So I'm clicking on the home button. Ah, Terry, you've done a post on LinkedIn. Good for you, girl. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So one of the things I've learned, LinkedIn is different than other social media platforms because if somebody is following you or they're connected to you, then your post, when your post goes into LinkedIn, they will be able to look at your post for a day or two after you've got that post out because you're
Mhm.
connected. And that's the power of the algorithms on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn works so beautifully with TikTok because their algorithms are really powerful as well. So if you look down the left side here, you see where it says groups, newsletters.
Yeah.
And if I go down even further, I should be able to see. I'm just going to click on newsletters for now. So my newsletter that I just created is the Thrivability Digest. So I've now got 1,312 subscribers to my Thrivability Digest. And so when I create my newsletter, what I'm doing is I'm inviting them in my newsletter to join my newsletter. So it's this newsletter is the same as my newsletter that I compose on Kaja or on system.io.
Ah.
So I put a hidden link in my newsletter so that people can click on that hidden link and then go to my landing page. So the hidden link is hiding my domain name. My domain name is marketingmentress.com, right? And so they can go in there and they can click on that live link that's in there. Why do we need to use LinkedIn for Business? Is this newsletter? And this was the newsletter that I sent out. I think that was last week. So I've got 4 comments. That so it's building. There's more comments coming through.
Mm.
So the whole idea is to create your newsletter and have a way for them to get into your your Kajabi website to get on that landing page so that because your landing page for your Kajabi is connected to system.io, right?
Yeah.
So if they click on that link, it'll take them right to your landing page with Kajabi. So they can get added to your email list there. So now
Hmm.
you have just not just the system that they teach us in our legacy community, but we've also got LinkedIn.
Ah.
And in order to see whether you can have a newsletter or not, you click the Me button and you go down to Posts and Activity. Click on Posts and Activity. And then up here at the top, you click on the More button. And so you've got images, articles, newsletter, events, reactions. So you can set up an article, you can like publish an article, you can publish a newsletter, or you can set up an event. So this is where you set up the LinkedIn Live events. So if articles or newsletter or events do not show up here, it could be because you don't have 500 plus connections yet on LinkedIn.
That's why I can't do it yet.
Yeah, so that's why I've been pushing everybody to invite people to connect with you every day, even if it's only 4 or 5 people a day. Keep on
Yeah.
doing it. So I've got over 20,000 connections and followers, but it's taken me 14 years to do it because I only was really serious the first year. And then I discovered that I shouldn't be doing that way. I shouldn't be a lion. And so then I kind of drifted away from LinkedIn for quite a few years and I didn't invite that many people to connect with me. So it's only been in the last 3 or 4 years that I really got proper information about how to shape the algorithm for LinkedIn.
Mm, yeah. So important to know that stuff.
Hmm.
So you're shaping the algorithm by the people you are inviting to connect with you based on their age or their occupation or what they're showing at the top of their headline.
Well, what I mainly look for is people that have been involved either in affiliate marketing, network marketing, home-based business, because those people understand the legacy program much more easily than somebody who's never been involved with an online digital business of any sort.
Mm,
So it would be better to invite people through the groups instead of just what they put on your main page.
Yeah, because they're more targeted, right?
Okay.
Right? So I always go there. I go to usually go to my network first because I go in there to check to see who has accepted my connection requests for the day. And so then I just quickly scroll down to see if there's 3 or 4 or 5 people that fit my criteria and just click the connect button. And then I'll do the search people because that also narrows it down to the people that I want to connect with.
yeah.
And then I'll go into the groups. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I had a newsletter go out this morning at 8:30, and that newsletter has gotten me over the 1,312 subscribers mark.
Holy moly. Subscribers to your system I own?
They're subscribers to the Thrivability Digest, which is the name of my newsletter on LinkedIn.
Right.
And so
So,
then what I'll do is I'll go into my system.io and check to see if there's any new people in there. There's one tiny flaw that I've noticed, and if they're coming into system.io
mm,
as a result of coming from LinkedIn and my LinkedIn newsletter, sometimes they don't, system.io doesn't give them a tag, right? So I have to
oh,
go in there and check to make sure they've got the right tag attached.
oh, yes, I know. I've noticed that too with some of my stuff.
Yeah. So I always every at least once or twice a week I'll go into my system.io and double check to make sure that everybody's got tags.
Yeah. I found one yesterday. Actually, that's a good point. That didn't have a tag because they subscribed to my community,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, that one isn't connected the same way. I can't get it to connect it, but I'm not worried about that because I just don't have thousands coming in as yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's like then I had to connect it and subscribe it to my newsletter so they get the info.
Mm-hmm.
So
So there's another, I forgot to tell you about this one. There's actually a fourth way. These are people that you may know from your industry. So there might be people down the side here that would be people you could invite to connect, and you can click on show more,
okay.
and you can keep on going down. You can show less.
Wow. Okay.
And another thing that you can do is if you find somebody here that you know, this and so I right click on their name, right? And open
Mhm.
link in new tab. So this is a business freedom strategist. He's a speaker, author, helping entrepreneurs build better business. So I think she might be a good person to connect with. So I can click the more button and click the connect button. Now I'm going to have to send without a note because it's going to ask me to renew.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so then once you get into their profile, you'll see some people that are in her profile that she's
Ah,
connected to. You see that?
mm.
So you can get into people's profiles, invite them to connect with you, and then see who they're connected to and see if there's somebody in there that you might want to connect with.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes.
So you can just keep on going on and on and on. So that's 5 different ways now that we can connect with
Wow.
people.
Well, I have a whopping 334.
Great, you're over halfway to 500.
I nearly have 100.
Well, good for you. You have no idea how many people I meet that have less than 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's because they don't know how to use LinkedIn.
That's
And
right.
what's really surprising to me is how many coaches, LinkedIn coaches, don't know,
Hmm. Yeah.
especially the secrets of the groups.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Are there any other questions before we wrap up here? Because I see we're getting down to the wire.
no, this has been brilliant. It's just been great.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And you notice how she's got a very simple headline, background banner. So
Mm.
if your background banner, so here's a new statistic that I just found out about last week. We now have
Okay.
1.8 seconds to stop the scroll on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
1.8 seconds. So what we've got has to stop the scroll, right? So they
Has
have
to.
to be able, people have to see that background banner is huge. And there's so many people that set up a LinkedIn profile and they don't put anything in their background banner.
Yeah.
And they wonder why LinkedIn doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then your headline, which is right below your name here. And the reason I have marketing mentress in brackets in the middle of my first and last name is because I found 2 other Christine Tills online. One's in the UK and one's in Ontario.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to have any mistaken identities here. So I stuck my marketing mentress in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So in your headline, you have 220 characters available to use. And
Yeah.
what I did to make sure I stayed on within the 220 characters is I used a Word document. Because if you go into Word, there's a setting in there where you can select all and it will tell you how many characters that you've used.
Yes. Yep. I know that one.
And I think that's about it for today. But you've got that 1.8 seconds to stop the scroll.
Yeah.
And so what you say in your background banner has to grab them right away. Multiple streams of passive and residual income. Bang. Then they'll stay and read your headline. And if they like what's in your headline, then they'll stay and read your about page. And everything needs to speak to your customer. It looks like
Mm-hmm.
my internet is becoming unstable as well. We are, for the next 2 to 3 months, we are going to have lots of fun because all the kids from school are at home playing computer games.
Oh, yes, they are little buggers.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why our internet slows down this time of year.
Yeah, I get it. We've got school holidays starting next week too. So, but I'm like literally 5 minute walk to the border. So
Uh-huh.
they're already on holidays, and some of them live here, like on this side of the border. So we get about 3.5 to 4 weeks of it at any one time because they're not aligned with the holidays.
Ah.
I
I
know,
do.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm going to stop recording now.